In this episode, I'm photographing a rugged coastline in black and white, inspired by Ansel Adams' dark sky technique to shape the clouds and intensify the mood. When color disappears, contrast begins to speak louder. Light, shadow, texture, that's all we need. Join me on today's outing. So we're currently in Magompo, and if you're a long-time viewer of my channel, actually if you have been watching my videos for like the last 4 months, probably you'll recognize this place. It's that place where I made this video, and it's where the lighthouse and the rocks were, jagged, and that beautiful black and white seascape photography that I did there. Now, I'm currently in front of my first composition, and it looks absolutely gorgeous. All right. So today the skies are absolutely beautiful. There's a circling cloud, which I think was made by an airplane above this lighthouse and the rocks. So I'm gonna use that as my background interest. And the foreground interest is, as you can see, or maybe you cannot see, I don't know, is this small water pond right here. All right, so first I'm gonna use my polarizer and polarize the sky to make that cloud look absolutely vivid. There we go. And shoot the farthest point. I'm currently at 16 mil, ISO 100, f11, 125th of a second. So, one shot. There we go. Now there are no water in front of me, only this small pond, which is very still, so I don't need to make a long exposure with this one. And now I'm gonna take off my polarizer, because if I use my polarizer and polarize the pond here, then the color of the reflected sky will not be visible, and I want that because the rocks here are absolutely dry, but this water is wet. Water is wet, of course, and I need that color to be there. I know what you're thinking. This one's in color. But don't worry, there are 3 black and white images coming right after this. For this shot, I wanted to capture the way the sky's colors reflect in the small pool in the foreground. Think of it as a gentle warm-up before we move into monochrome. By the way, if you hear some kind of engine noises, because there's an airplane flying around. Now, whilst that circle in the sky is still visible, I'm gonna change my lens to 24-105 and then shoot one more image just focused on that ring above the sky, above the lighthouse and the rocks, and yeah, just shoot that zoomed in. All right, let's get to it. All right, so for this shot, I'm gonna need to extend my tripod fully. Now, what's really great is that yesterday when I came here to this peninsula, we tried so hard to find good locations and compositions, and we just couldn't because it was so windy, and I couldn't do any long exposures because of the wind, and the sky was just empty without any clouds, and the light was horrible. So yeah, yesterday we went to 3 different locations and it was all bummer. So today I'm absolutely happy that I got this. I'm not sure if it was worth it though, because the stress was, too much yesterday. I was swearing all the time, like, oh man. Anyways, that's yesterday. Today's a new day, so it's fine. All right, so I've got my polarizer on, and I'm gonna put my 10 stopper on as well. Gonna do a long exposure because now I'm not exactly shooting in water there, but the water is visible, so I want it to be as smooth as possible. All right, so it's a very simple image, this one. It's just clouds and the rock and the lighthouse. However, I'm not sure if I really want to I'm gonna shoot it as 24 mil because I want some cropping space, and probably it's gonna be like 1x1 crop or 4x5. I don't know. All right, the shot's done. Let's check the sharpness. 30 seconds. That was an beautiful. Yeah, the circle is a little bit, hazy as it was moving in the sky, but the lighthouse and the rocks are all just still. That's beautiful. That's grand. All right, so here's the shot. I really loved the variety of textures and shapes in the sky. A small aeroplane was flying across, tracing delicate lines through the clouds. All I had to do was find the strong composition and press the shutter. Overall, it felt like a good start to the day. In post-processing, I darkened the blues to make the shapes in the sky stand out more. The contrast really helped bring out the drama. So I hope you guys liked this shot. Now, there was a shot that I couldn't make the last time when I was here because of the high tide. That's why I came here today when the tide is at its lowest. So let's make this shot that I had in my mind, and we'll see if it was actually a good idea to shoot it or not. All right, so for this shot, I'm gonna need my 16 to 35. So let's get it. Man, this rock is so sketchy. I might fall and die. Which will be a great death, to be honest, because I'm not scared of death. I'm just scared of pain, but dying when you're shooting photos, it's an honorable death, I think, as a landscape photographer. Now my wife is giving me a side eye. Okay, let's see. There we go. It looks nice. Actually, I'm gonna shoot it vertically. There we go. So what I have in my mind is to make sure all these jagged parts of this rock here as my foreground will be emphasized as my foreground interest, and that lighthouse as my background. So it's going to be a very easy shot. Now one problem is that my shadow is in the way, my tripod shadow is in the way, but I think I can easily Photoshop that out, so it's fine. All right, I need my filters. All right, so the composition is very simple. So I'm currently at 16 mil again, and these rocks, the jagged parts here, will be my foreground interest, and the lighthouse right there will be my background interest, and the beautiful sky with some clouds will be a nice touch, So ISO 100, f11, 80th of a second, 2-second timer, and I need to get out of the way like so because my shadow will be in the shot. Okay, that was great. That's good. Yeah, this much shadow, I can just Photoshop it out. And the middle ground, right now that was just the foreground, and now the middle ground. There we go. And the farthest point, which is the lighthouse. There we go. All right, check the sharpness. It's good. Grand. Okay, and one black image, as I normally do. There we go. So that's it. It's a very simple shot. It's gonna be very easy to read. I'm not sure if it was really worth it though, because it's not really a belter, but a shot is a shot is a shot. So here's my shot. Yeah, there you go. I wanted to capture the shapes of the rocks and use the lines between them to guide the viewer's eye toward the lighthouse. I think it works well. The image is simple and easy to read. The white lighthouse stands alone, striking against the surrounding gray tones. All right, now that that shot is done, let's go down and see what other shots we can find. Oh, it's so sketchy. Oh, okay. Yeah, I need to move a little further. Yeah, so I set up my composition. I think this will be my last shot in this location because soon the tide is coming in and it's gonna submerge all this area. So what I have in my mind is not so different from the first composition that I made today. It's just so there's this rock here, which is my main foreground interest, and there's this second rock in the middle ground, which will be my middle ground interest, and the farthest point is the lighthouse. And there's a patch of cloud that looks like some kind of two spears coming into this lighthouse, which it adds kind of nice gesture to it. And I forgot my filters, so bear with me. Yeah. So there's this big rock in front of me, which will be my foreground interest. And in my test shot, I was shooting a little bit from the right here. So the rock was pointing towards the left, and that basically made people's eyes go towards the, the anchor was not that, pointing towards the lighthouse, which was in the middle of the shot, in the center of the shot. So I moved just a little bit towards the left, and now it's pointing towards the lighthouse perfectly. Although the foreground interest, which is this rock, is a little bit on the right side, but I think that doesn't really matter. So I'm gonna make my first shot, the rock shot. ISO 100, f11, 80th of a second, there we go. And then the middle ground will be the two rocks that you saw from my previous shots where, the lighthouse and the two rocks next to it. Those two rocks look like some kind of just round boulder right now. So that's my middle ground interest. And the farthest point, of course, is the lighthouse. There we go. So 3 images, I'm gonna focus stack. And of course, I'm using my polarizer. And let's check the sharpness. Okay. Yeah, it's not bad. Yeah, it's much better than my test shot. Although the intention was clear, the final image feels slightly unresolved to me. There's quite a lot happening in the midground, and the textures compete for attention, which makes the composition feel a little busy. That said, I think the foreground still holds strong and anchors the frame well. But photography is always subjective. I'd love to hear your thoughts, so feel free to share them in the comments. Alright guys, so that's it for today. I hope this video isn't that short. I don't know, I think I rushed a little bit, but the tide was coming in, so I had to move fast. Anyways, thank you so much for watching, and don't forget to subscribe, please, and like the video. Alright, tune in next week, and see you next time. Bye-bye.